go to that one, all right.
Calling to order the Municipality of Monroeville's regular council meeting for Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. It is 7:12 p.m. If we'd all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Could I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Griesbach?
Here.
Mr. Hizzy?
Here.
Mr. Poach?
Here.
Mr. Stevenson?
Here.
Mr. Crut?
Here.
Mr. Adams?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here.
Mr. Biondo?
Here.
Mr. Graziani?
Here.
Mr. Ratcher?
Here.
Ms. Rock?
Here.
Mr. Hugus?
Here.
Mr. Sedlak?
Here.
Mr. Weldon?
Here. Welcome. I'm going to open the floor for public comment on proposed agenda items only. So this period is just for anything that's on the agenda. There will be another comment period at the end of the meeting for any municipal matter. Seeing no takers, we will close that comment period and move on to the agenda. We have an executive session announcement that council conducted an executive session on Thursday, August 8th, 2024, and tonight, Tuesday, August 13th, from 6:30 p.m. to approximately 7 p.m. for matters pertaining to legal, personnel, and/or real estate. Council legislative action, if any, shall be taken at tonight's Tuesday, August 13th council meeting. Council minutes to consider for this month are the Citizens Night meeting of July 2nd, 24, the council agenda-setting meeting of July 2nd, 24, and the regular council meeting of July 9th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any questions or comments, council?
None.
Hearing none, there is a motion and a second to approve. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Reports of the tax collections. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
The ayes have it. List of bills and budget transfers. Council, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
There is a motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it. And the payroll report for this month, council.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
The ayes have it. And all these items were presented at last Thursday's, August 8th, Citizens Night and agenda-setting meeting. Moving through the agenda, we have our resolutions to consider for this evening. We have 4 of them. Mr. Graziani, please.
Yes, a resolution approving the transfer of restaurant liquor license number R-21183 into the Municipality of Monroeville for Plaza Azteca Monroeville, Inc., located at 4310 Northern Pike.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next item.
The second resolution this evening is a resolution approving the disposition of records as set forth in the Municipal Records Manual.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
There is a motion, a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next item.
Third resolution this evening is a resolution ratifying the execution of an agreement of purchase and sale between the Municipality of Monroeville and L&M Associates for the acquisition of the Monroeville Convention Center, and further authorizing the proper officials to execute such further documents as may be necessary to consummate said acquisition.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion second to approve. Questions or comments?
I'd just like to say that Mr. Ratcher put a lot of work into this, and I think he did a great job, and we're very lucky to have him working on something like this, and
I second that.
that's all I'll say on that.
And all of the fellows too, Bob, you've been on it, Alex certainly, you know, the
and
whole municipal staff that's
you
been
too,
involved
Dan.
with it for information that you guys have found too. A lot of hard work.
done and a lot of work to do.
Yep.
Exactly.
Thank
There is
you.
still a lot of work to do, but we all, this council, the municipality, this group here, we all understand how important the convention center is to the community, and this is one of the steps of making sure that it stays in the community for a very long time. So there is a motion and a second to approve. No other questions or comments, council? Roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy.
Aye.
Mr. Poach.
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Crichton.
One.
Aye.
Mr. Adams.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Biondo.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next resolution, please.
The last and fourth resolution this evening is a resolution declaring the municipality's intent to reimburse expenditures to be incurred with respect to the acquisition of the Monroeville Convention Center with the proceeds of debt.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Adams.
Aye.
Mr. Crichton.
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Poach.
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Reports of our municipal staff. Mr. Ratcher, anything this evening?
I have one thing, and it relates to the last resolution where it says acquiring the Monroeville Convention Center with proceeds of debt. What this resolution was actually about is, if in the future the municipality in the next 18 months decides to take out a bond issue for anything and chooses to include the proceeds that were expended for the convention center, then according to IRS regulations, in order to reimburse an expenditure you already made, you have to have what's called a reimbursement resolution, and that's what this does. This does not obligate the municipality to borrow any money towards the convention center. But if you decide to do that, this gives you the flexibility to do that. If you don't adopt a resolution like this, then it's illegal to use any of the money from the bond issue to reimburse the monies that you took out of your savings account. So that's what that's for.
Understood.
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else for this evening, Mr. Ratcher?
Nothing, thank you.
Council, any other questions for Mr. Ratcher? Very good. Mr. Graziani?
Yeah, I just simply want to congratulate the mayor and council on 6 or 7 months of some very hard work. This municipality was faced with one of the biggest challenges it faced in probably 20 or 30 years, which would be the closing of the convention center, and act unilaterally and boldly to move us into the position to execute the agreements that we need to execute to close and purchase it. And as the mayor said, what that means is that Monroeville will be owning the convention center, and we'll be working with our Visitors Bureau to have it be managed for the success and the prosperity of this community for decades to come. So that's just great news. It's something to admire, quite frankly, because it's a bold move, but it puts the public interest first, and all the businesses, the hotels, restaurants that rely on the activity of the convention center have a firm vote from this council that we want them to remain successful into the future. So I'm just watching the process. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
Great, thank you. Mr. Hugus, anything this evening?
No, sir.
Ms. Rucker?
No.
Thank you. I'll open the floor for public comment on any municipal item. We're going to close that comment period and move over to reports of our council members. Mr. Hizzy?
Just one thing, I would congratulate the police department, and Michelle was the head of the Monroeville Night Out yesterday. It was a great event. Lots of people come over and seen that, and they actually got to see the new pickleball courts. I had a couple residents talk about that. But I just want to congratulate it and all the staff that worked.
There we go.
Great job. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Hizzy.
Nice view of the Monroeville Night Out.
Very good. Mr. Poach?
Again, just a couple other things, the reminder, I don't know if, Alex, the Library Fun Fest is Saturday the 24th. You know, to do that as well, from noon until 4, that's always a big event. And don't forget about the Jazz Festival, but I know Dennis probably has something to say about that as well, too. But Or Bob is, sorry. Yeah, to that, that's right, Parks and Rec. But other than that, that's great, and congratulations, successful night out.
Beautiful.
Great, thank you. Mr. Stevenson?
I have two items. The first is for the Parks and Rec Department. They're excited to end our summer of fun with Bring Your Own Pool Party on Sunday, August 18th, from 2 to 4 at Monroeville Community Park, West Pavilion number 5. Bring your own inflatables or plastic baby pools, and Monroeville VFD number 4 will be there to fill up pools for an afternoon of fun in the sun. Jared, if you'll, oh, you
He got
already
it.
put it
He's
up.
got it up, yeah.
Thank you, Jared. And that's all I have, other than I enjoyed last night at the event, and it was put on just wonderful. They had anything you could think of there. The county had their mounted horse patrols and helicopters, you name it, it was there if you took the time to walk around. It was very enjoyable. And thanks to the Public Works staff that did the cooking. I had a hot dog, it was delicious,
You're here today.
and I still made it here today, that's right. And that's all
Just
I
one
have, Mayor.
Great, thank you.
Just one?
Mr. Crut?
Just one.
Yes, believe it or not, I do have something to say.
Oh, right.
Jared, could you zoom in, please?
Please,
Pay attention.
picking on the new guy.
One of our officers was hurt this afternoon in a pursuit, so we just want to hope that, that he's not terribly injured and that he recovers quickly, and we hope that the individual that he was pursuing is apprehended quickly.
Thank you, Mr. Crut. I know we're making light of you with your comments, but we appreciate you bringing that up, because that just happened within the past
Yeah.
2 hours or so. Mr. Adams?
Nothing tonight.
Thank you. Mr. Williams?
Well, first, hitchhiking on Mr. Crut, we need to pray for our police. They do a great job for us. We put them in harm's way every day, and we covet your prayers for our community and for our police. National Night Out was one of the nicest evenings that you ever wanted to be out in. It was great. I was impressed with the suds machine and the kids getting soaking wet. That's all pretty neat.
I'm sure.
The hot dogs and sliders, everything was delicious. I enjoyed seeing the people and being part of it.
Bob, you're in the suds machine.
Yeah, there's Bob.
No,
He's in the back.
That the ceiling with a speedo on?
Thank you.
And as far as Monroeville Convention Center, the public needs to know that that's not only Monroeville, but that's the entire region, and brings, I guess, over $100 million into the community. So thank you for your support. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Biondo?
Yeah, just echoing what everybody else said about the Monroeville Night Out. It was a great event. It's always very well organized. Public Works does a great job setting it up. The police and Michelle do a great job having the whole thing organized. It just runs so smoothly, and it's really nice. All the families that are there that I've spoken to loved it. The other thing I'd say is we did congratulate, I thanked Mr. Ratcher, and we kind of congratulated ourselves on the convention center, but I also think Sean Logan deserves a lot of credit on this. He does a ton of work for us. We don't see him anymore. We don't talk about him very much, but he does a lot of work behind the scenes. He keeps the Visitors Convention Bureau and the convention center running, and they really do a great job. Him and his whole staff do a great job over there. And with that, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Biondo. And, yeah, I'm just going to echo what everybody said here. I mean, wishing the best for our officer for a speedy recovery. Night Out was a great success. There's a lot of staff members, whether it's, police, I know the fire personnel, Public Works, a lot of administrative staff really helped out, put on that event. And, we had to move it back a couple days because of the storm, but last night was a very nice, it ended up being a very nice evening and a nice event. And really appreciate everyone coming out for that very special night. And then, the convention center, once again, we are very committed to keeping it here in Monroeville and doing everything we can to make sure it's here for a very long time. And there's a lot of work that is put behind that and a lot of people that need to be thanked. Members up here, Sean, Amanda Settlemeyer, the chairman of the board of the Convention Visitors Bureau. But this by no means we're going to have a lot more discussion about this and how it all works out and how it all shakes out, and we'll be presenting that as soon as all the details are finalized. But with that, I want to seek a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you and good night.
So for council.